Matt, last 3 games turnovers have been a big issue for you guys. I mean, how did things unravel so quickly there in those last 3 minutes for you?
Obviously, we only had 3 turnovers in the first half. We really did ourselves. Gave ourselves a chance, I should say. They had about 4 or 5 plays in the first half with a call. We played good defense, and it just pinballed around, and they ended up getting them and kind of getting easy baskets. So we felt like at half, being up 7, it really could have been, 12 to 14 points at that time. We thought they'd really gotten some breaks, just the way the ball bounced. But no, some of them were triple threat, just like the ball there at the end, like just triple threat, being strong with the basketball. Some of them were passes out of the post. You're trying to turn to get square to pass the basketball. A couple of them was when they went zone press. They kind of stole some time from us at the beginning, and that's where we struggled a little bit in the last game, where we told those guys, hey, when you get it in, you got to attack right away, because if something happens, now you've bought yourself a second or two, and then we got a couple of those turnovers that way. So just had to get quality shots down the stretch, more than anything. Who cares how you got into that position? You got to give yourself a chance. We had 1 shot, was an air ball 3. A couple others, we had turnovers, but you got to be able to get good shots right there. And then if you can get good shots, obviously if you don't make it, you got a chance to rebound with good rebound balance. But just got to show more poise and toughness than we did.
Matt, they did a great job rebounding against you, I felt like, and I feel like you felt that was an area you should have an advantage. The big one is Bowie getting the offensive board, kick out to Chase for that 3 that goes ahead.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. We didn't get a good box out there, whether they got to us or didn't get to us, but we gotta secure that right there, and that was a big play in the game. Got to do a better job rebounding. We were down rebounding, I think at half by 1, so we ended up out rebounded by 6 in the second half. But for us, the way we rebounded the basketball, it's really not the advantage that we've been getting. I think we out rebounded Indiana by 16. I think we out rebounded Iowa by 20. So to out rebound these guys by 5, if you get in that area, obviously you're going to get a lot more possessions. But give Northwestern credit.
You guys have seen plenty of double teams and different looks. I mean,
Yes.
you guys have done everything at Zach. What do you think Northwestern did today that was so successful, especially in those kind of stretch possessions?
They just locked into him and jammed into him. And so like now when you get there, like the freedom of movement, if they can get there quick, you stop him from turning his shoulder. If you don't, then he can open up and he can see, a lot more at that time. And it helps if you can come quick with guys that are bigger. Like Robbie Barrett helps them in that double. Where Beinheiser's quicker, he's not bigger, but I think he's the one that forced a couple of those. He did a pretty good job being aggressive right there. So we got to be able to pass and catch. Nothing that they did that we haven't seen before. But this is what they do, right? They double the post whether they play Zach Edey or not. So I definitely think that helps them. But we were getting some nice dump down, dives and getting there. We just got to be able to finish it. And then when he passes across his body, like sometimes we have spots to go to, but we also have reads. And then sometimes like he'll just throw to a spot, and then the pass will go through, and you think it's okay. Then he threw to a couple spots today where guys he thought they were going to be, and guys were diving. And, you got to still read it. So you're always learning through double teams. With it. I mean, he had, he got fouled 9 times in the game. Like if you go back and watch the tape, not this game, but any game, you can double and triple that. So they just don't want to keep calling it, and we want them to keep calling it.
Matt, did you get an explanation on the flagrant foul call?
He said he didn't play the ball. So
did you feel like the game was officiated differently in the second half from the first half?
Yes, a lot differently. But that's basketball, and that's being on the road, and it's our job to adjust. And we didn't adjust, and we weren't very tough, both mentally and physically.
Audige for them, how did he
Well,
didn't score the first half, streaky.
Guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy that can, take bad shots and be on your team, and then take bad shots and be on their team. That's just the way he is. Like he's the thing that he has done for that team is how hard he's played and how he's defended. He didn't defend like that last year. He didn't defend like that the year before, and that's where the difference is. He plays hard the whole game and he defends the whole game. And as a coach, you can live with some bad shots when you play hard and you defend. And he's really helping them. Like there at the end, he got aggressive a couple times and just made some huge plays. Obviously the 3 from the corner, after we didn't box out and get the rebound, is a huge play. but just his overall kind of zest of playing hard and competing and guarding has really improved and really helped Northwestern.
How much did Brandon Newman impact this game from a defensive standpoint, keeping you in it when shots weren't going in, when you weren't having?
Yeah, I thought Brandon gave a good effort. You know, he got out there. He didn't play as much in the last game. Didn't play in the second half of the last game. But you know, I thought he gave a good effort, and he was out there competing and defending and doing some good things.
Anything else?
Coach, you're the top team obviously in the conference, top team in the country also right now. You're always going to get the best effort from the opposing team. Is that something that you think can help you, your guys, when you go down the stretch in games over the next month or so?
Yeah, you like to think so. We've won a lot of close games. We were, I think, 7-1 on the road in true road games coming into this game. I think so. I think any experience that you've had, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, you know, can make you tougher, make you especially mentally tougher. We were in a position to control this game and keep it at 2 to 3 possessions, and we let that go. But you also can say they took it from us, right? Just it's your perspective. But yeah, you get everybody's best shot, and you know, we told them, like, you know, you put yourself in those situations. Like now, you know, things can go either way, even though they've went our way for the most part this year, and we allowed it to get into that situation, and we had to play better. And when you play better, you take everything out of it. You take the other team, you take the refs, you take everything out of it. But when you don't, now it's, you know, the margin for error is obviously a little different. Thank you.